Commemorative Christmas truce football games have been common this year. It is the centennial of the original game, played, as the story goes, during the dark times of World War I, in the trenches in Belgium, where Britain and Germany faced each other in 1914. But few of the games this year can claim to be reenacted in a current war zone. Eyewitness accounts from World War I veterans state that the singing of Silent Night from both sides of the front lines inspired the warring British and German soldiers to make friendly gestures to one another and lay down their arms in honor of Christmas.
That day 100 years ago on Christmas Day was an extraordinary moment, and in the absolute darkness of conflict, you had soldiers putting down their weapons. Soldiers who have to fight these conflicts, so we didn't start them. Putting down their weapons and coming together and celebrating humanity. And they exchanged photographs of families, they talked about families, they exchanged gifts, and they played a game of football, and they sang carols. And that's just wonderful. And then it was all ended by the artillery firing. We don't know which side fired the artillery. I suspect it was probably the British. Soldiers having too much fun.
British and German forces are currently deployed in Afghanistan and thus able to reenact the match, along with having to pause the game for the occasional helicopter landing. Wartime realism was also achieved by both teams wearing their military uniforms and boots for the first half. And while the first Christmas football game symbolized a moment of peace and harmony, today's participants couldn't help but think of the more contemporary feud between German and British football.
Germany versus England is the football game. It is a very serious game. It has been battled over in numerous World Cups, Euro Cups, and it is always a big event when England plays Germany.
The history of this game is phenomenal, and a couple of World Cups, they seem to do better than us. Well, hopefully we'll claw back a bit of national pride.
The British did win the game 3-0. But the fun and larger historical significance of the event overshadowed national partisanship.
It's the two nations that 100 years ago met on the battlefield in Belgium and played football between the trenches. And those two nations now standing shoulder by shoulder, 13 years together here in Afghanistan playing football together is a great signal.
I think it makes a point of, to make enduring peace work, you have to celebrate your similarities rather than what divides you. And I think, if anything, that's a message for the Afghans. Stick with it. And there is real hope here, I hope.
Jeff Holden with Samim Zalmi for NATO Channel.